Well, hi, good morning, and welcome to my front yard. Just looking outside, taking in all the snow that's out there. So I thought you might like to get a view of that. So what I'm going to do here in my shop today is I'm going to go through the calibration process. I'm going to do all this off camera. Calibrate all these guys using the process, follow it as carefully as possible. Take that same set of readings here again, and I compare the whole thing and call it a day, I'm pretty sure, on these meters. So that's the plan. So the next thing you're going to see is basically some graphic results of my efforts. So here's a chart of the information I developed yesterday when I tested all the meters. The way this chart works is the blue is the target or supply voltage. The red is the IM-13, the yellow is the IM-11, the green is the KG620. So if we just take a look at the blue, well, we'll look at the AC first. So blue is the amount that was actually there. You can see the IM-13 read it correctly, the IM-11 is way off, and the KG620 is a little low. Let's look at the KG620 all the way through here. So see, it's a little low. See, the blue is where it should be. It's a little low. Consistently a little low all the time. Now if we take a look at the IM-11, that's the yellow one, we'll just start back here, you see it's quite a bit high. Here, it's quite a bit high here, here. And something funny happens right in here, where the relationship of the meters no longer, that doesn't maintain the same proportionality as it does all the way through till here. This is probably a reading error on my part. Probably I did something wrong here. Also, this is the 150 volt mark. I changed ranges on the meters at this point from 50 to 150. So, you know, maybe that's what happened here. So I think that's pretty clear. Now I'm going to repeat all that stuff, make another one of these charts, and we'll see how much closer all this stuff is. So I think I said something about not videoing the actual effort at aligning this. Well, I'm going to, because I know what will happen if I don't video it. Something really interesting will take place in the middle of this, and it won't get on video. So I'll video it. So the first thing I've done is I followed the instructions on ensuring the zero is working properly. Not that the meter's set to zero, but that when you flip back and forth between DC plus and minus, the pointer doesn't move. Now it's a little below zero on this meter. This one's pretty well right on here. Pretty much right on the zero. And so is this guy. This guy is just a little below. And again, I couldn't balance this one, if I remember right, by turning the small plastic screw here. Let me just try again. Let's see if I can raise it up any higher. No, see, it's at its maximum height. So I think what's happened here, I'm going to guess, is the spring has just lost some of its pull, and it's just not pulling the pointer. If it's not pulling the pointer hard, then the pointer will tend to read high, I would think. Or so it's below zero, I don't know. Let's carry on. So the next step is to do the DC calibration. So I'm going to do that by putting a fairly high voltage. Yeah, this is on 300. I'm going to put like about 300 volts on here, and then we'll read it on each of these meters and adjust it. And I'm going to want to use a clip lead here. I'm not going to want to hold on to this. Okay, we'll start with the night meter. Night meter is this one. Flip it on here. Make sure we're set right. DC plus, 500 volt scale. So I want the meter right up near the top end of the scale. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. You know what? Maybe it's better to try to kind of do it in the middle here. So 500 volt scale, 300 is going to be up in this range. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. And I'm going to want to adjust the DC. Let's see how easy it is. Now I've got this all set up so I can do this. Oh my gosh, I don't have the grounds connected. Okay, so DC calibrate is the middle hole on the back of the cabinet here. You can't see it. I'm going to be sticking this in there and adjusting it for this meter. Let's put 300 volts on here now. Okay, so we watch this one for, and watch this guy come up. Put it 300 exactly. Exactly according to that Mustool. Okay, I don't think we can get any more accurate than that. So 300. So a reading on this scale, it's a little low on the 500 volt scale. Exactly, that's just a little bit low. Okay, so I'll put this in the okay, and we'll adjust this to say 300. Okay, that's done. We'll switch to this meter now. Disconnect this. Remember, there's 300 volts sitting right there. Right there. Make sure this is on DC to engage the 1 million ohm resistor. Make sure this is set DC plus, 500 volt scale. Remember, right, this meter was pretty accurate. So this is a little high now on the, oh wait a minute. So we're on the 500, right? 500, yeah, it's a little high. Don't remember this being high. DC calibrate. This is in the front. This is where it's easy. DC calibrate. That's a great thing about this meter is you can do this anytime you feel the desire. DC calibrate without having to take. Oh, same thing for this meter. This meter has holes in the back of the cabinet. But this guy, you got to take the cabinet off. Okay, I can't get it any closer to 300 there. 301. Excellent. So that's 300 on that meter. And we'll go for this guy. It's on the 500 scale, DC plus, please. This guy also has his 1 million resistor. So it's just a little above 300 also. Still 300 more or less. We'll try and turn this back now. This meter is so precarious here. Okay. I can't get right in front of this to get rid of the parallax. Oh, that's pretty good because it's just a touch over. Excellent. So what I noticed in the very first step I was getting wrong, which I didn't put on video, just before this, there's a step where you're checking the zero adjust to try to find a spot where when you switch between DC negative and DC positive, the pointer doesn't move. It doesn't have to be on zero. It just doesn't move. You don't want it to move. And first time I did that, I thought it said it wouldn't move AC, DC, DC plus, and that's what threw me off right at the very start of this whole thing. Misreading the manual and then trying to make something happen that you're not supposed to try to make happen. And that's what just piles of question marks floating around the whole time I've been doing this because of that. Up until now, when I reread the manual, I saw the error that I made. So hopefully when I'm all done, this is going to be much more accurate. And where's this guy? So he's way low and there's no adjustment. There's nothing I can do to recalibrate this one. It is what it is. Just making sure the pointer's not stuck there. So he's low because 300 is right at the top of the scale here. Okay, now that's it for the DC calibration. Let me get rid of this high voltage before I'm fried. The next thing on the hit parade here for these meters is AC calibration. Temporarily remove plug, lead plug, set range switch 1.5, function AC, adjust AC balance so no movements detected. Here we are now when you're switching between the three ranges. Set it to 150 and measure 117 volts. So the first thing is set the range at 1.5, function AC. Let's try this meter first. Okay, still got a little bit of voltage here, so let me, well, it's not even connected. It's good. This is just open here. It says remove it, because a little tiny bit of AC that might be here. I'm not going to worry about it till I need to. Go down to 1.5. Let's see if it. Oh, AC. Flip this onto AC. 1.5. Kind of went downwards there. Now, what it says you're supposed to do: AC balance adjust. No movement is detected. So the AC balance adjust is in behind. No movement detected when you do this. So there is some movement now. So AC, now let me just see which one that is. I don't turn the wrong adjustment. AC balance is going to be this one here. Okay. Again, it doesn't say set it to 0, it just says set it so there's no movement when you're flipping the switch here. I'm going to raise it a little bit if I can. This pointer sticks. It does stick. Look at that. It sticks. How am I going to do this? Okay, it seems free now. Okay, here we go. Between the things. Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good right there. Okay, might as well just move on to this guy. So we go most sensitive range, AC, that's way down. So I think I'm going to have trouble with this one. Okay, here we go. That's about it. Okay, leave it on AC, but it's below 0. I think we're just, facing the fact that the meter's natural 0 is down here now. Like, you know what? I think it's hitting the bumper there. It can't go any lower. Okay, that's where we're going to get to with that one. Now the last one. Switch it to AC. Lowest voltage. I'm way down. AC balance. Okay, raise her up a bit. Hey, where are you? Whew, it's way off. Okay. There we are. Check the 3 positions now. It's a small movement there. I'm sure I'm within the accuracy of this meter. There we are. That's pretty good. No movement. It's sitting right on 0 too. Okay, so that function is done. They're all set to AC, most sensitive scale now. And the next thing to do is AC calibration. So now we need the 117 volts to calibrate against, or some voltage. So give me a second, I'll get that set up here. 1 second, literally. Okay, so now I have the line voltage coming out of my isolation transformer on the end of these clips. Okay, so this end is connected to the ground side of things, and this end is connected to the high side of things. So this is where I'll be taking my readings. The objective here is to calibrate the AC scale on all these meters. The first meter we're going to do is the night meter. Oh, to do AC on the night meter, I almost moved it up there. Just one sec here while I'll have to use this code here, just for convenience sake. So we're just using the red half of this clip lead here, just because I'm too lazy to get a single clip lead out. Put this on here, AC. This is nothing. Leave it there. Get this yellow clip out here before I get confused. What have we really done now? We've hooked up this terminal to the hotspot. That's perfect. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the power. This should go up to like 115 or something like that. It's going to beep also, just because this thing likes to beep a lot. Everything works as planned. So 124 volts coming out of my outlet. I have some other voltmeters to check here. 126 on my little meter here, and my big meter. I don't have this one plugged in right now. That's my 100% or 100% of the time line voltage meter, which is just because I'm rearranging things in the shop. Okay, don't make a mistake now. Somewhere in here is an AC voltage that'll kill you, Jim. So this meter is reading. Again, it's got this horrible scale on it. 113 volts on here. So this is just weak. It's just low all the time. I think maybe that's how I should look at that meter. Now what's happening on the night here? 123, it's reading 118 or so. So I will adjust the calibration and raise it up to 124 now. Okay, I'm in 124. 124. Well, that would be it right there. 124. Okay, on to the next meter. Now, thinking about this carefully. Disconnect this. Disconnect that. Disconnect this. Get it out of here. I really don't like having a live thing like that sitting there. It's not comforting. Now the next one will be, we'll do this one next. Flip that to AC, like a smart guy. I can just lay it on here maybe. Maybe not. Okay, we'll use a clip lead. This should be flipped to AC, it is. Double checking all that stuff. Put it on. So the reading on there is 124. You know what? Just a hair under 124. That's exactly what's here. So this is calibrated. We don't need to do anything with that. Okay, we'll take this off. Okay, I've got a AC in my fingers. Let's put it down. I'm not holding anything. Now the last meter to do is this one here. AC 150. Okay, clipping on. No, I don't want flying clip leads with 120 volts on them. No. Don't want that. Okay, you go sit over there. Still at 124. So on here, reading now, well, this looks crazy low. This is crazy low. So hopefully it's just this adjustment. This is so low it is unusable the way it is. This would be a disaster. Try to make measurements with this meter the way it is. Here we go. Up to 1. Oh, it won't get there. Oh no. This is a disaster. It won't get there. Why won't it get there? So we're on the 150 volt scale. AC. We're definitely, you know why it won't get there? a 1,000,000 ohm resistor is in here. How much you want to bet that's the problem? The 1,000,000 ohm resistor. That's why you're switching it in and out on here. So they've designed the meter with the 1,000,000 ohm resistor in mind. Not there. They designed it with it not there, and the result is, yeah. The result is So once again, I'm not likely to use any of these meters for AC. I'm just not likely. So should I panic about that? No. I'm going to be relying on this meter mostly anyway, and this one's working really well. That's my primary guy. That's great. So the last thing I'm going to do now is the voltage study, build up the chart, and make up the graphs, and we'll see what we get here. When I'm going to do this, first I'm going to shut off the AC and get it out of here. Get it out. And have to set up the DC source again, which I took apart. And we'll be feeding varying DC voltages into all these meters. Okay, so ground line. There, ground line. Okay, this meter is going to go back to DC, 300. Now, this is the output from the power supply, positive output, and the supply is shut off right now. There's nothing there. This is for that guy. I want him on DC also. Now, all these up into there all at the same time. So we're basically, there'll be a lot of clip leads here. And all three at the same time. And this guy too. Okay, starting with a high voltage supply. It comes down on these two wires. Negative wire is grounded. Ground goes back to the ground. All grounded through that. Positive comes to my funny little thing here. I have this meter connected. This one connected, and I have the other one, two. Where's the third one? What's happened to my eyes here? Here he is, over here. 3, 2, 3, all connected up. That's good. Just leave that all there. Fantastic. Put my hand in here. Nowhere's near there. Okay, I will set all these guys now to DC plus. Think of something here. What if I put like a I'm wondering how I can have one voltage supplied to the meter and flip through the ranges and read that same voltage, but you really can't, because 1.5 is full scale on the low. 1.5 is not visible on any upper scale. Can't really do that. You know what, I can do a real simple job of it. I will do that. I will do a simple job of it. We'll start with these up at 500. DC plus 500. Okay, I'm going to raise the voltage up to somewhere around 300. Then I'm going to change scales as much as I can and reread the same amount on all these meters. Hey, up here, all these meters. That's my goal. So let's put about 300 on here. Gotta let that warm up a little bit. a beautiful sunny day. I've got a ton of snow outside. We won't be getting any more snow. Well, maybe late tonight. You might get some more snow. But a beautiful sunny day. Bodes well for spring. Okay, let's raise the voltage now. All meters should go upscale. They're all going up. Okay, I got scared. Take it up around 300. There. That's pretty close to 300 there on this meter. Now, so we read 300 here. Excellent. We're reading 300 here. Beautiful. We're reading, whoops. What happened there? We're on the 500 scale. We're reading way off here. What happened there? Okay, on this meter, let's just check the zero. Oh, I know what it is. I've got this switch to AC. Ooh, 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 what's moving around here? Okay. So what happens to me in the shop that you can't possibly tell watching these videos? You have no idea what I'm looking at when things happen. You just can't. I could be looking at the door, for crying out loud, when stuff falls over in front here, which you would see and I would not. I think this kind of thing happens all the time on my videos, where viewers like you see stuff that I have missed. That most often what I'm looking at in the shop is my hands, and that's just the way it works. So anyway, let's flip this. 300 right on the money. Excellent. Okay. And that kind of right. I was going to say that's kind of reverse to what I was expecting with the resistor in here and this meter on AC, but actually it's the reverse of the reverse. So if you reverse the reverse. Yeah, I'm losing my mind. That's what's happening here. We are ready now to start the study, which I promise I will do this off camera, and then I will chart it, and then we will see what we get. Okay, we're going to change scales again as I drop from 100. All meters are accurate. I'm going to go right down to 10. I'm going to skip 50 and just shoot right down to 10 volts. I can get down there with this, yeah. Better ways to get 10 volts than use a high voltage supply to do it, but there we go. 10 volts. I'm not going to get too much closer here. This supply. A little closer. Yikes. Yeah, if I want to get exactly 10, I might have to change supplies here. Unless I'm just lucky. That's lucky. There we are. That's 10. Now, so on this scale, as I read them, everything's on the 150 volt scale. This is reading a little above 10. This is reading a little below 10. And this is reading 10 dead on. Now we're going to go up a scale. 50 volt scale. This is kind of what I was interested in doing before. Now this reads 10. This reads a little under 10. This reads 10. Okay, I can go down another scale, 15 scale. So I'm kind of checking the resistors now is what's really going on. This reads 10. This reads right on 10 now. This reads 10. You see the accuracy of these meters is really, I'm floored. It's really, really doing well. So can we get right down to almost no voltage? As in 1 volt. Oh, what's the bottom of this? The lowest we can go is 4.5 volts. So on the 5 volt scale. So here we're reading a 4.6. Yeah, it's closer to 4.6, isn't it? 4.6. Here we're reading almost 4.6, and here we're reading almost 4.65. So again, they're all really, really within the range of accuracy of these meters. Wow, that's pretty good. Let's see if we can see 4 volts on this one. So this is on the 6-volt scale for this meter, and it's reading just over 4. No, it is over. It is just over 4. This is actually quite accurate here. All in all, a great day for meters in my shop. Yeah. So that's the end of the road for these guys. I'm really happy. I'm really happy with how this came out. I had no idea it was going to be this difficult or time consuming. The original, a bit of an error I made. Come on, Peanut. Come on in. The original error I made was somehow, there's almost the same thing said in 2 places in the manual. In one place it says flip between DC plus and minus, and the other place it says flip between AC, DC, between AC, DC plus, DC minus. I got that stuff confused because I read through the manual quickly, got things in my head, reread the manual, wrong thing in my head coming out at the wrong time. Right off the bat making an error with the initial adjustments, and from then on being just a little unsure and unsteady until today actually, when I reread the instructions, followed them very, very carefully and tried to empty my head. You know, that's not hard to do, and put new stuff in there and knock out the piece of information that shouldn't have been in there. That's great. I'm really happy. So thanks so much for watching this series, and I'll see you on the next video. Isn't that right, Peanut? Peanut, say hello. See ya.